development of the grid dates back over a century. Most of it was built up a half a century or more ago. A lot of the equipment that we rely on in the grid infrastructure was designed for a 40-year life expectancy. A lot of that equipment is operating a decade or two beyond its life expectancy. And that makes quite a statement about the antiquated nature of the power grid.
We keep track of how often the power goes off, and as of last Saturday, the power was off for the 7th time. The storm in June 29th of 2012, we lost over $600 worth of food from the freezer and the refrigerator.
We had no landline telephone to reach anybody. We have pretty bad cell service out here, so we weren't able to reach anybody with our cell phones either. So it was pretty scary.
Without power, you're just kind of cut off from the world.
At that point, we said, we've been wanting to get a generator. This is it. We're going to this time.
Procrastinating about buying a generator, it hurt us. It cost us money because we lost a lot of food from that June 29 storm.
This generator has really been a relief for us.
Now when the storms come and the winds blow and the lightning crashes and then the power goes out, we just kind of say to ourselves, wait for it. And 10 seconds later, we hear the generator start, and then 10 seconds later, we got power. And we said, okay, everything's back to normal.
The enclosure's aluminum, I don't have to worry about it. It self-tests, I don't have to worry about it.
The whole package, you look at it, it's a very attractive unit. It's the same color, in my case, as the house.
We had a little pad built. We put the generator on it. It hooked right into our natural gas line.
So it's a really easily maintained, high-performance, great generator. I love it.
Generac really has thought through the design and engineering on their products.
That plan to come up with an overall national strategy is really not in place. We haven't really looked as proactively as we should be at a national strategy.
When this last storm came through, I think it was Sandy, we were out for 7 or 8 days, and we were the only ones with power. When the power goes out, there's probably about a 6 or 8 second delay, and then we get a staged recovery. It takes less than a minute, but everything's on within a minute. The furnace is running, the lights are on, the TV's on, the washer, the dryer, the oven, everything. To me, this generator has paid for itself several times. If I lost power right now, these pipes could very easily freeze in probably a day or two, and that would cause significant damage. And maybe insurance would cover it once, but I really don't want to go through having my walls torn out and the pipes replaced. My family's going to be safe and secure in my house because of this generator. That gives you that feeling of security that, to me, is priceless.
We're going to have to spend literally hundreds of billions of dollars, and so where that investment comes from is a big question.
When I lived in North Jersey, we had a well and septic, and we had Hurricane Floyd. I think that was 1999. We were without power for 5 days. That meant you had no water in the house. No water, no toilets flushing. So that was really horrible. When it got dark, my neighbor said she felt like a farmer. When it got dark, you went to bed. When it got light, you got up again. I pretty much tell everybody, get a generator. I really do. I have my generator installed since January of 2012. It's a whole house standby generator. You know, at first I was thinking of getting something smaller, but then the idea of having to cherry pick that the refrigerator would work, but then like I can't get out of the house because the garage doors aren't connected to it. It just seemed easier to have everything connected. I wouldn't have to worry that if there's a summer hurricane that the air conditioning wouldn't work, or in the winter the heating wouldn't work. This way everything is connected. I don't have to worry about it. It was just very reassuring to know that the generator was running. I had power in the house. It didn't really matter what was going on outside. The house was still intact, and I could do everything I needed to do.
I think we are many decades away at this pace from achieving a higher reliability system. In the meantime, we're going to continue to see frustration from consumers in terms of the amount of outages they're experiencing in the grid and the prolonged nature of how long those outages take to repair and restore.
It's a great product. It gives you security. It's reliable.
The reliability is 100%.
I've never had a problem with it failing us. I've never have.
The self-test it turns on the motor, runs it, makes sure everything's lubricated.
It checks the battery, it checks all the circuits. It tells you if there's something wrong. It's very good.
For us who are in our senior citizens, it's that extra assurance that everything is going to work when I need it.
Call now for your free in-home estimate, 810-407-7205. Don't be left in the dark when the power goes out or when the weather gets bad. Call Bowen Electric today and get some peace of mind with a brand new Guardian generator for your home.